We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. KJ Hamler returning it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Broncos take over first.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Lock going to throw. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
7 makes it 3rd and 2.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Locke and Sutton on the connection there for a Denver first down.
7-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
The 31-yard line.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Something must not seem right to Locke here, so he steps back and calls timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 15. Locke working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, it's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
4-yard gain on the play. And
oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
A gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The throw there by Brady, intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target, and now it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Complete to
O.J. Howard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
That extra point is
for a big tight end. He can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
For Tampa Bay.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Block. Again, he targets Judy, and this time the catch made. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Gain of 9 brings up.
Nice catch there by the rookie out of Alabama, Jerry Jeudy, and I am fired up to see the chemistry develop between he and Drew Lock, their quarterback, and in addition, Cortland Sutton, their Pro Bowl wide receiver from last year. This might be the best pair of receivers the Broncos have had since Demaryius Bay Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. This should be fun for Bronco fans to watch.
And Gordon's going to be stopped short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away.
For the Broncos.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Gain of 12.
And there's a nice catch there by Rob Gronkowski. And we all know the story. Came out of retirement, got himself traded to Tampa Bay from New England in order to reconnect with his favorite quarterback. And no one has caught more Tom Brady touchdowns than Gronk, and he expects to add to that total in Tampa Bay.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
They went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd down and goal. Brady flush to his right. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Complete to number 13,
Mike Evans. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Broncos 3. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
They'll take over.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. From the gun, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Complete to number 13.
Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
44-yard line.
Clock now on 1st down. Got Gordon open, completes it. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Locke looks to throw it again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. And incompletion as a result.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Open man is Gordon, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 17. First down. And we've hit the 2 minutes in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Clock now on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
That's good.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos get a bit closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 times.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
The kick is good.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun snap to Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
And I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Tim Patrick.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
At the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On the pickup.
A good position to be in here, second and inches.
7-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Flushed out right. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Matt Gay.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. In one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Buccaneers 42, Broncos 10. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
They'll take over first.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Mike Evans. Touchdown.
Mike Evans. 33 yards. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Buccaneers 49, Broncos 10. Bradley Pinion to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Hamler now to return it. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll go again with Lindsey, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They've got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Clock going to try and throw on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally, being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the left hash, this from 34. And Gay knocks this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. He's got daylight. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. He's at the 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, 84 yards. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable.
For the extra point.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's got this down to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Philip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with Pat.
Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. To throw again. Brady. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And a Buccaneer.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. He completes it to Evans. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a
good catch there by Mike Evans, and his ability to get downfield and create big plays is something that Tom Brady hasn't had on the perimeter in the last few seasons. Mike Evans often fools defenders with his speed because he's so long. People think he can't be that fast, but he is, and combines it with terrific hands and makes big catches.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
2 yards to go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run with Muhammad. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Brought down by
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Pick up on the play. First down, Buccaneers.
45.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
3-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Lock gonna throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Lock on the give, it's Lindsey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Switch, switch, switch. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. See it. Oh, shit. Watch the shit.
Now it's Lindsey. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. 52's the left.
From the gun on third down, Lock. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Lock, got to have this one. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now,
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
That's a sight no Tampa fan wants to see, nor does Tom Brady want to feel. They've got to keep him upright so he can get damage done downfield with those terrific receivers and really good tight ends.
Now it's the backup Gabbert. Airing this one out for Evans. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Jackson on the coverage.
On play action, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
First and 10.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Out quickly to Judy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, Locke. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Devin White leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Oh, he fakes a spike. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's third down.
Can we go back to the days where if you tapped your wrist as a quarterback, that just meant you're going to spike the ball, not fake spike it and try and get something downfield? They just tried it there, and it wasn't successful, but I know what you're thinking, right?
Dan Marino, Jets, 90s.
Yeah, without a doubt. His Dolphins got over on him. They faked the spike play. Thought they were going to stop the clock. End up throwing a nice pass for a touchdown, I believe. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. And a Buccaneer first down.
Play action now. Gabbert. That's caught by Howard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they are going to...
I see this as overkill, but remember, on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And his kick is